What's up, everybody? It's Drake here with DSF Financial. Have you guys heard about the new ATM business that's sweeping the nation? Well, I got news for you. It's not new, and you probably won't make 3 to 4 grand per ATM, but I have a company, and I'll tell you guys the real deal. Stay tuned. Good day, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good one. Just a little bit about myself. I started this ATM venture almost a year ago with my wife. We started DSF Financial, which is an ATM owner operator. We go out, we find a location, buy an ATM, install it, and run it. We've been doing it now for almost a year. We started late July of 2018, and we now have 4 locations, hopefully 5 within the next week. Now that 5th location we're working on, I actually got the ATM by doing a swap essentially. Found a location that had an ATM already in it. Let the guy know we can get that thing out of there for him and install a new one. He agreed. We got a contract signed, and now I'm trying to get this 5th ATM up and running, so we can deploy it and use it. Start making some passive income. Since my wife and I have been running this business, we've had quite a few people asking us questions on it. What actually is the ATM business? How do we make money? Is it profitable? I just wanted to give you guys some knowledge on it, the truth. There are some people out there that say you can make 3 to 4,000 per ATM, which granted is true, but you need a heck of a location, weed dispensary, strip club, something like that. And that's where you'll really get the big bucks. For us, we're looking to expand even more. So we're actually in the process now of looking for investors. So far, the ATM business has been pretty nice for us. So how does the ATM business actually run? Well, let's say Mr. Smith, he's up at the club, he's getting turned up, popping bottles, but he needs some more. So he goes to our ATM, which just so happens to be in the club. Convenient for the location, right? Right. And it's also convenient for the guest. Go figure. ATMs are useful and still being used. So he walks up to that ATM, sticks in his card, requests $60. All right. There's a notice that pops up on the ATM that says, "Do you wish to proceed? DSF Financial is also going to take $3. He approves because he's trying to get wasted. So he takes out $60. All right. Our processing company takes $60 out of his account and deposits it into our account, which covers the $60 he took out. Also, the processing company takes the $3 surcharge fee, takes that from his account, deposits that in our account. So, in turn, he got $60, but paid us $63. Easy as that. All right. So, what's the first step of the ATM business? Is not finding an ATM to buy. It's finding a location. You need a location first to make sure that the business is going to be right for you. So finding a location is key. Some recommendations on locations: barbershops, salons, cash-only restaurants, places like that really can utilize an ATM. When you are finding that location, be prepared to get a heck of a lot of no's before you get that yes. Just keep grinding, keep pushing. Utilize the fact that you know what you're talking about. I'm the ATM guru. Not really. I just started, but sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. Just make sure to do your research. You want to make sure that there's not an ATM right next door, or that they never get any foot traffic, things like that. Just be diligent and be on the hustle, because you're gonna have to. With that location picked out, you're going to want to start the business side of it. You're going to need a business license. A lot of people in this business, ATM business, vending business, they have an LLC, a limited liability company, but make sure you do your research when finding out what type of entity you want to claim. Also, you're going to need to file with the government for a tax identification number. Uncle Sam needs his cut, and you don't want to mess with them at all. This will also help making yourself more legitimate. Being legitimate is very important for your business, especially if you're trying to grow it like we are. Make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's at all points. And like I've said already in this video, do your research. As a quick side note, guys, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. It was a super new venture for my wife and I, obviously, so we had a ton of questions. If you're interested in the ATM business, ask questions. If I don't know the answer, if my wife doesn't know the answer, it's probably an answer that we should know, so we'll help you find it. Just leave a comment below, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. So the next step in this process is finding a bank account. You are going to need to bring your business license information that you just got, as well as your tax identification number. Because you're opening a business bank account, obviously you need your business documents. Word of advice, I would recommend finding a smaller bank or a credit union. You're a lot more likely to be accepted with the ATM business. Some of the bigger banks don't really like the ATM business because it can be a little shady at times. Some ATMs are used to launder money and whatnot, so the bigger banks really don't want that at all. So they'll pass on you, or they'll take you on for a month or two and then kick you out of their bank. So I would just recommend start with a smaller bank, local bank, credit union, something like that. All right, so the next step in this process is finding a vendor to buy the ATM from, as well as a processing company. Most of the companies, the legit companies that you buy an ATM from, they are accompanied with a processing company, which is the processing the funds from the customer's bank into your bank account. We've now gone through 2 different companies. The first company, the price was right, but as a new company, obviously we had a lot of questions, and after we purchased the ATM, their customer service kind of went out the window. When we bought our second, third, and fourth ATMs, we were able to find another company. Customer service was really solid, and the ATM price actually was lower than the first company that we bought. So we were pretty happy about that. So with the vendor and processing company picked out, I would recommend giving the store owner or location owner a call, or go pay him a visit. Go let them know when to expect the ATM, and ask them what a good time would be to install it. The install can take about an hour, hour and a half. There's always issues that happen from what we've found out. So be prepared to spend a little extra time there. But also ask the owner what a good time he would prefer or she would prefer. The process can be a little noisy with the install because you are drilling into concrete. You want to make sure that it's a good time of day for that location. You don't want to disrupt their time of business, their busy times. For instance, the last location that we did, it was a supermarket, and we asked them what a good time would be because we don't want to disrupt their business. He was amazed by that and let us know, hey, it starts getting busy around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we scheduled for the delivery around noon, had the ATM installed by 3, and cleaned up, all good to go. And the customer from the get-go was happy. I do come from a very long background of customer service in the hospitality industry, so I know customers come first, and we got to make sure to work around their schedule, making sure that they are always happy. All right, boys and girls, now the fun part, the install. You got to do a little research, but it's possible to get done. You got to have a little guns, you got to have a little brains, but it's possible. Some of you guys might be wondering, holy moly, you guys do everything yourself? You find a location, you do the banking, you fill the ATMs, you do the install, you repair them, you do everything? I'm like, heck yeah, I do. I like saving money. The more money I can save, the more money in my pocket, the more happy the wife is, the more happy my life is. And after you're done with the install, go to the bank, fill that ATM up, and watch online your bank account grow. So far, it's been really beneficial for us. If you guys have any more questions, again, please feel free to ask. Forgot to mention one more thing. You definitely don't want to go in looking dumb to locations. So make simple flyers like this. You can do business cards as well, which are really, really cheap. And now that you have a business, you can write it off with the taxes. So that's a benefit. Once again, if you guys have any more questions, leave them below. Give us a thumbs up. Talk to you guys later.